Hello, everyone. It is a crisp, sunny morning here in Northern California, and I'm coming to you to talk about an upcoming interview that I have today in the afternoon. And at first, I thought when I was removed from my last job, the summer of 2025, that would be it, and that sustenance and whatnot would be provided to keep it with my living means. And for many months that did happen. But if you listen to my audio recordings, especially those in October of 2025 and December 2025, I had lamented and wondered the turn of my circumstances. I thought that things would be still covered for, quote unquote, and that somehow, some way, the creator of the universe would make a way, because I know that with the cachet that I had, the prudent reserve that I had at my disposal for the summer of 2025 had come to its end in December 2025. And so I sit here today because after I had, I guess, griped to the Most High, literally the very next day, I received a notification from a recruiter for a company that I had applied for back in 2024, literally 2 years ago. And apparently that position is still open. It looks like a few others are open too. And so they called me and asked if I'd be willing to interview with them still. And I said yes. So when I did the research on the company, I found out that the top brass are all Eastern European people from like Russia and Slovenia and even Ukraine, and the top brass. And they have one black man there who has a name to denote that he might be, he has a slave last name. He's a descendant of American slaves, I suspect. And he is like their chief medical officer. He's pretty high up. And what I realize is that everyone else is not. And I suspect that when I walk into the facility, I'm going to see no one who looks and walks and talks like me. But what came to me just now is that the creator of the universe is probably sending me in there to judge. And what does that mean? I've known for at least the last 7 to 10 years, and not because of my own volition, because of an anointed one that told me years and years ago that every time you walk into a business or walk into a living space, I know that the creator of the universe is shining a light. She goes, you're like a quality control insert. So they are there to be judged, not you, but them. And so I can't help but think about that right now, that when I go in there, if indeed I do get the job, and I suspect that I will, just because of that dynamic that I research, that the creator of the universe, this is probably the last group of people on earth that have to be judged. Where do they stand on justices and righteousness? Are they so sunken in white supremacy that the very look of me and the very texture of my hair throws them off, even though I know I'm qualified for the position that I'm interviewing for? Or could they see past that? I mean, these are the people that have, as President Putin had exclaimed a few years ago, that the holy relics of the Bible were actually black-haired, nappy-haired people. So what would be their response to me? And yeah, I just remember an anointed one telling me, you may be going in there for one reason, but the creator of the universe has you going in there for another. And that has proved to be so, especially with my last job. There was primarily Latino people that had treated me very, very harshly, very, very harshly. And of course, I cried out to the Most High and asked for them to be dealt with, and they have been dealt with. My time with that company ended on 2025, the summer of, and not long after, we had the election of this president, and all hell has broken loose for that part of the world, the Latin southern part of the globe, and it will keep up because they are under divine judgment. And I heard from many commentators. But I suspected it, but many commentators out there who are recognizing that each part of the world has to be called for account to who they are upon us. We are like swords that people fall on or people find protection from, or protection with, not from, but with. And so we'll see. I'm going to say to you, I'm in the in between space as far as going in and talking to him. Part of me just doesn't give a damn. I don't want to seem like I don't want to go in there and ingratiate myself. I just want to go in there and whatever, whatever. And then there's a part of me that knows my situation needs monetary support at this point in time, and so it would be advantageous to obtain the job, get the job, and do what I always do, which is work hard. I'm not the spring chicken that I once was from yesteryear, so I don't move as fast as I can, and I am not going to work myself into the ground. I'm not. I'm going to do the bare minimum. I am. I am now that employee, the bare minimum. Only what the policy says. I will not be trying to go above and beyond, because when you do that, you can still get kicked out. You can still face troubles. I am a testament to that. Most of my jobs, I went above and beyond. I mean, even thought of things that in the workplace, especially when I was teaching. I was an instructor for a little while. They would take my ideas and wouldn't even give me credit until I had to walk into the office and say, "Hey, you had this assembly and you said nothing." And then, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." Yeah, of course we appreciate what you do. It's just So I don't do that anymore. I don't offer ideas anymore. Um, and there have been times in certain jobs where I had been asked, and and I would say I'm just still processing. I would do that because this treatment is gone. It's done. It has to stop. It has to stop, and we got to get away from you all, and we got to heal for a little bit. We got to come to ourselves and come to our true history and our true knowledge and our true abilities and the true purpose as to why the creator of the universe made us in the first damn place. We got to get back on track with that, because I believe that is far more fulfilling, far more powerful, far more enabling, far more of a grand purpose. It is destiny that as a people, as the true Hebrew Israelites of this planet, the chosen people, chosen for what? What we're chosen for is to be the head, is to be to offer the remedy and the repair of the fall that man has suffered since the intervening of the great Satan and the horde of demonic spirits with him. So we are the designated nation that will buy back what Adam lost. Or not so much as buy back, because we already had that happen, but we will restore and repair and bring to, because for the majority of us, it's going to be the first time that we will experience healing, that we will walk back to perfection. And so the people who are the administrators and the policymakers and those who are by blood anointed to do that, where blessings will flow to all nations, is through the people over here in the United States of America. The bulk of us, descendants of American slaves, we are right here in the soil. We have not left. We may have had some of our relatives venture out into the world and live other places. You do have, I have relatives that are in the military. I don't have a close relationship with them, but they're in the military and they have been all over the world. I've had some that have actually lived in Europe and or like Germany and the other allies that are out there. Some have even where you call that that area over there. Uh, I think Japan, that they're over there. So so all of that has to come in line, come back online, because that's what we lost, and that's what, if we're to believe the story that Jesus the Christ, who is now termed King of Kings, Lord of Lords, that black man with nappy hair was not for us to continue to suffer and die and go to heaven. The main thing was, one, to open up the way for the heavenly class to go up into heaven, those human beings, and that's why it says that he says, "I come here for that house of Judah." So there's a particular people that were going to get that gift, or that change of a form of being, right? And then the rest was to a life for a life, to take the sting of sin out, so that the whole race of man would not be condemned to death, to buy back that what was lost, which is perfection in mind, body, and spirit, and consecrate ourselves to the Most High and thus to the universe. And so that is what we are going to get, and we have a spectacular future ahead of us. So the saying is true: those who bless Israel will themselves be blessed. And so once people get wind of that, and they're not going to whirl over and get wind of it, something cataclysmic is going to have to happen for that truth to come out. Because, make no mistakes, those in high station, those are the bloodlines that they keep talking about, those whose names and faces are not always on the screen of a television set or in your computer. You have to actually go and search them out, and even then you can't even get pictures of them. Those men and women whose tentacles are in every nation's government, and I mean every nation's government, but the Most High's, they're not in the Most High's government, but they're in every other nation's government, and twiddling and twaddling. They know who we really are. They know what's about to happen. They know what's coming. They just ain't telling you, and they're willing to sacrifice you, because if they were to tell you it, to tell you the truth, that would set you free, because then with more information you'll be able to make a better decision. But they are withholding that information, and they are supporting the synagogue of Satan. Just look at their actions. That's all. Look at their actions, and if you do read the Bible, read the Bible and just go off of actions. Forget the face and color and the hair texture of people. Just who's who. Who would say that they are Jews, but they practice wickedness upon the world? They are not. Just use your reasoning sense of deduction. Okay? Is it the people that live in the ghettos, or is it somebody else? That's all. So we have, as a people, a lot to look forward to. And I think, and what my prayer is to the Most High, and what I'm going to state right now, because I believe even saying the words carry resonance and out into the atmosphere, whether or not anybody speaks to me or whatnot. But it doesn't mean that it won't carry out. And there are others like me that are doing the same thing, by the way. So it's a powerful, motivating force that is taking hold, because the creator of the universe spirit is literally operating in that way to overturn strongholds. So I am sending out that significant people are going to turn on them. If not They already are. They are turning on this day that their crisis of conscience is now got a hold of them, and now the resonance of that is causing their hands and their feet to activate. And so that is what is needed for for those that have kept these ungodly people, and the demon hordes that support them in power will continue to turn on them, will lose their fear of them, will lose their fear of them, and bring them to heal, and bring them to the plumb line of justice. And what will be, what will be. This world is not going to go quietly, and I think that we all just have to face that and move forward with that. Thank you for listening.